Parents and guardians of 7th graders. Hi, we're going to be talking about 7.RP.A.2.C. That's pretty much a mouthful. It's basically ratios and proportional relationships. Here on this next slide, if I can skip. There we go. I can go over it a little bit more here. According to Common Core, it represents proportional relationships by equations. For example, if total cost T is proportional to number G of items purchased at a constant price P, the relationship between the total cost and the number of items can be expressed as T equals P times G. And that's kind of a mouthful and hard for me to see. I'm a very visual person, so let's look at it here in that way. The other day I spent $66.90 at the gas pump, and I remember this because I can see my pay on my account, and I remember paying $3.84. I don't remember how many total gallons of gas I purchased though. So let's figure that out. We can do so by using this equation here, T equals G times P. So we know 66.90, and then we have our unknown G, which is gallons of gas purchased, and we know the unit rate that we purchased it at, which was $3.84. We can divide 384 from G, and by doing so we have to do the same exact thing to the other side as well. And so our equation is going to shift to look a little something more like this. So we have 66.90 over $3.84 equals G. And we come out to our solution of 17.42 gallons of gas. So that was kind of a quick little summary. So we're now gonna go in it a little more detailed with how many miles per gallon am I getting with my vehicle. So I got 350 miles on that tank, and I know now that I got 17.42 gallons of gas total. So now we can figure out the miles per gallon of my vehicle. And I'm going to cover how we're going to write this, how we're going to solve this, and how we can set up the equation to figure it all out. Okay, so here we have 350 miles, that equals T. We have MPG, we don't know, so there's a question mark there, and it equals M. We have 17.42, and that's the gas used. That equals G. So we can set the equation up by doing this, which is T equals mg, and we can fill in what we know. So we know that I got 350 miles on the tank. We don't know how many miles per gallon, and we know that I got 17.42 gallons that I burnt of fuel. So by doing and dividing 17.42 from both sides, we get an equation that looks more like this. 350 divided by 17.42, which equals M. And now we know that my vehicle is burning gas like crazy. Ouch. So we can actually go back to that. We can see the way that I set up the equation. This is how one way that we can write it and make sense of it. And it's also a way we can set up just this equation just like this, and we could plug in, we could take away 350, and we could kind of do some cool stuff and see if I was getting better mile per gallon, how many miles I could get on a full tank. So for example, I could put, maybe I was getting 30 miles. I would have a much greater range. But and then so lastly, these are just 3-digit numbers, and in our equation there are some changes that can happen where we can run into some 4 digits, and that would look a little something more like this. We're gonna, in these cases, we're gonna be given 3 out of the 4 digits, and we can do. So what we will do, bear with me on this. I was not able to get it to be larger and horizontal, but we would cross multiply to get 8, and then we could divide 8 over 4 to find our x of 2. And that's kind of complicated, but yeah. And then that's all of it. Thank you.